because of the contact with fire. The fire gifted to it, we may say, heat and golden color. Not that the key has not given anything to the fire. Key also offered a gift which the fire never had, the shape and the weight. Fire has no weight. The red hot key has got weight, shape. So shape and weight the key gives to the fire. And the fire gives back again a gift, golden color and heat. In this combination, unholy combination, the key looks as a part of the fire. The moment the key is removed from the fire, separated, the golden color and the heat, which are the nature of the fire, goes back to fire. And the form and the weight that the fire had returns back to its original status, the nature of the key. If this is understood. Good, bad and indifferent thoughts are always rising in our mind. The light of consciousness is illuminating. Temporarily it appears that the consciousness is of the nature of our thoughts. We identify with these thoughts, and when sorrowful thoughts are there, I cry out, I am sorrowful. When happy thoughts are there, I am happy. This I am happy, when you analyze and observe it very carefully, exhaustively, scientifically, you find it is the light of consciousness playing upon the thoughts. And the quality of the thought, good or bad, happy or unhappy, is transferred to the consciousness. Thoughts by themselves have no light at all. The light comes from the consciousness. In short, light of consciousness caught up in the web of thoughts is the conscious entity, you and I, dancing to the tune of the thoughts. Here Shankara says, consciousness illumines all thoughts, and the thoughts appear to be very conscious. But this relationship between the spirit and matter is only the relationship between fire and the iron piece. It's a lack of discrimination that we consider that the glowing coal is the key. The key is not a glowing. Temporarily it has assumed to itself the properties of fire. Itself is cold and black peas. Similarly, all thoughts are inert, insentient, but they appear to be dynamic, and we are aware of them only in the light of consciousness. Consciousness is not changing. It's the thoughts that are changing. And each thought is shining in the general light, which is the nature of consciousness. Having thus indicated the relationless relationship between consciousness, the spirit, and the world of matter, the teacher continues, Najayade.
न जायते नो म्रियते न वर्धते न क्षीयते नो विकरोति नित्यः विलीयमानेऽपि वपुष्यमुष्मिन् न लीयते कुम्भ इवाम्बरं स्वयम्.
Throwing up one more idea to make you realize the relationship between what is the spiritual center, the pure state of consciousness, the God in your heart, and his relationship with the world that you and I are perceiving around, experiencing around. The teacher says, this Atman, the self, the God, the Lord in your heart is Nitya. Nitya means eternal, changes, immutable, the same then and now. What do you mean by Nitya? Changeless. All that we know is only the Einsteinian world of change. The body, the mind, the intellect changes. The world of objects, emotions and thoughts are constantly changing. I, the stupid ego, is also constantly changing, which is changeless. What do you mean by changeless? Here, the great rishis have experimented and gave a lot of thought to it in order to analyze what are the changes. It's very easy for you to say that the changes are there, but what are these changes? No, they will become quiet now. This is just like our children playing with the pillows just before sleeping. And then, don't worry. Maybe I am disturbing them. They can't get sleep, and therefore. What do you mean by changeless? The teacher points out. Na jayate. These are the changes that are taking place. What are the changes that take place in you? Birth, growth, decay, disease, death. 5 different changes. And every living being, plant, animal and human, will have to go through them. Whether you are rich, 3,500 crores of rupees you have looted from the society, still you have to go through these 5. The poor man on the roadside, he is also. Nobody can avoid it. No insurance against these. It is a common lot of all names and forms that are playing upon the surface of this globe, in the realm of time, in the field of time. Now teacher says, this Atman, the self about which we are now talking, na jayate, it was never born. Hi, hi. Everything was born from him. Since it is not born, It cannot die. Namriyate. It cannot die because it is not born. It is something like saying that I am sitting down very miserable and you come and ask what happened. Oh, my son died. Which son? Not born. Not born son cannot die. Is unborn, therefore undying. Namriyate va navardhate. Finally, I was not so spiritual, Swamiji. Now that spiritual has become navardhate, it doesn't grow. Nachiyate, nor does it become less and less. Before I was very spiritual, nowadays spirit has left me. He is never less, he is never more. It is your mind. It was turned towards him. You felt very spiritual when you turned outward. See? Nachiyade na vikarode. Vikara, no modification. Nowadays my spirit is a terribly nuisance. Is misbehaving. He is the same then and now. Navigarodi, no vikara. You and I, physically we change, modify, mentally we modify, intellectually we modify. Modifications can take place only in the realm of change. The changeless, there's no modification. It is all right, let the bird's sound also be recorded, because they must know that it is recorded in the Himalayas. In the Parnashala, when you are sitting outside and giving it out, discourses in the Himalayan ranges, the birds are always singing. Let it be there. Viliyamanopi vapushasmin. When this body dies, somebody, Bhagavan also died. No. Even when this body vilinam dissolved away, my father died, my mother died, my cousin died, sister died, brothers died, neighbors died, then what? Buried. The body, even though the body vilina, dissolved away, gone back to the mud, the clay from which it was born, even then, naliyade, this Atman, the self, not an iota it is disturbed. How can it be, Swamiji? The Atman, the self is in you, and when you die away, your Atman is gone. Atman gone. Where? Where can Atman go when he is all pervading? Kumbhaiva ambaram. Just as when kumbha, the pot, is broken, the ambara, the space in the pot, where does it go? Pot you can break, because the pot was made. That which is made can be destroyed. When the pot was made, there was pot space. You and I gave it a name. What? Pot space. Then the pot two together. When the pot is broken, what happened to the pot space? It is there. Even when you called it as pot space, it was space. It was inside the pot, outside the pot. And this inside and outside is only with reference to the mud walls of the pot. And the mud walls were also occupied space. Space was unbroken. Only in my vision I saw it because of the pot wall. That is said, inside the pot there is space, outside is pot. But when the walls are broken down, the pot, the space becomes the same. It is not destroyed. Similarly, the Atman, the self, whether this body exists or not, that self is not in the least affected by the existence of the body or the disturbance of the body. When you and I are conscious of the body, the teachers point out, in this body, this Atman, the self, is in the heart of everything. It is in the cave of the intellect. It is only a way of indicating and directing your attention. But once you reach there and recognize, realize that state, suddenly you realize that it is all pervading. Country, the government of this country is in every village, every panchayat, every part of this country. Government is all pervading. And yet, if I want to contact the government, I have to make a pilgrimage to Delhi. See? Why should I? Government is everywhere. So every one of you is a government because democracy. You are a voter. So I apply you and say, just is my initial Karlo. No. If I want to contact the government, though government is all pervading, I have to make a pilgrimage to the capital of the country and get my petition sanctioned. In the same way, though Atman, the self, is all pervading, if you and I as a student want to contact, realize it, the best and the easiest place to contact is in the cave of your heart. There alone you can experience it directly.
Prakriti Vikriti Bhinnaha
Prakriti Vikriti Bhinnaha
Shuddha Bodha Svabhavaha Sadasadidamashesham Bhasayan Nirvisheshaha Vilasati Paramatma Jagradadishvavasthasu Ahamiti Sakshat Sakshirupena Buddhehe
Prakriti Vikriti Bhinna. Prakriti, the world of matter, names and forms. From the stone life in the mountains and the stones and the rocks onwards, to plant, animal and human, all put together, the world of matter, Prakriti. Prakriti, Vikriti. Vikriti, the various modifications that we see in the world around. All of them put together. Prakriti, Vikriti, Bhinna. This Atman, the self that we are talking, is something other than Prakriti and Vikriti. So don't say that, Swamiji, I worship nature. What do you mean? I have a moonlit night when I sit with my wife. I am in a spiritual world. Prakriti, Vikriti, Bhinna. The Atman, the self, is something other than the entire world of plurality. And there are various modifications in which they appear from moment to moment. Shuddha Bodha Swabhava. And what is this Atman, the self, the God? Shuddha, pure, bodha, knowledge, swabhava. Its swabhava, its real nature is pure knowledge. Now the pure knowledge is a word, but you don't understand it. Because we have never conceived pure knowledge. We only conceived knowledge of. Knowledge of physics, knowledge of chemistry, knowledge of literature, knowledge of art, knowledge of, knowledge of, knowledge of. Now the teacher says, this Atman, the self, is pure knowledge, objectless awareness. The world of objects, names and forms are all illuminated by the sunlight. And what is sunlight? Something bhinna. The source of light or light is something other than the objects it illumines. The illuminator is something different from the illumined. Not difficulty. This consciousness illumines everything. Good. What is consciousness? Beyond everything that is. Then when can I reach consciousness? When you are not conscious of any objects. Think. Prakriti Vikriti Bhinnaha Shuddha Bodha Swabhavaha. Its nature is pure knowledge, in the light of which all knowledges are made possible in this world. The lawyer knows law, the doctor knows medicine, the engineer knows engineering. It is all conscious of, conscious of. What we are talking is the consciousness, in which there are no objects. Therefore, this is not the knowledge with K, small letter, meaning knowledge conditioned by things. It is knowledge, K capital letter, pure knowledge, pure consciousness. Shuddha bodha swabhava. Sadasadidam sarvam. All this sat and asat, meaning the gross and the subtle. Ashesham, without any baki. Every object, gross object outside that you are perceiving through your eyes, ears, nose, tongue again, and every flicker of emotions and thoughts that you entertain and experience. Sadasad, the gross and the subtle. Everything, ashesham, bhasayan nirvishesham. He, the consciousness, the pure knowledge, illumines. Everything shines in his light. And then you become conscious of them. But these are not in him. Just as yesterday I told you that the waves are not in the sea, in the sun, but all waves are shining in the light of the sun. The light of sun, though may play on the sea from morning till evening, it doesn't get wet because it has no contact. Thus my consciousness in me may illumine vulgar thoughts, dirty thoughts, lusty thoughts, noble thoughts. The noble thoughts do not add nobility to the pure self, nor the vulgar thoughts add filth to and muddy the consciousness. Sunlight illumines filth on the roadside as well as Gangaji. Because it is illumining the Ganges, you cannot say that the sun is glorified, blessed. Nor does the sunlight become dirty because it is illumining the filth on the outside. It is untouched by the quality of the objects. Nirvishesha, it is absolute. It never undergoes any change. It is absolute, the same then and now. It is not conditioned by time or place or the quality or the thoughts and objects that it is illuminating. Nirvishesha. Vilasati Paramatma. This Paramatman, Vilasati, gloriously existing, untouched by the world of plurality, by his mere Sannidhyamatre, by his mere presence. He enlivens everybody, illumines everything, but himself not involved in anything. Nirvishe Paramatma Jagradadeshu avasthasu. Where does he revel? This consciousness play. The play of consciousness is at all times, in every one of it. Jagradadi avasthas, in the waking, dream and deep sleep. This consciousness is common denominator. The world that you are perceiving in the waking state may be totally different from the horrible, terrible dream that you are seeing. The situations may be different. The people may be different. In deep sleep, there is none of these objects. It's completely void. Yet, this consciousness which is nitya, which is ever the same, is constantly illuminating the gross world of the waking, the subtle world of the dream, and the objectless realm of deep sleep. You are conscious of the absence of everything. That is why when you wake up you say that I had no experience at all in deep sleep. Absence of all the familiar world of objects or the dream and the waking state is the state of deep sleep. Even that void I was conscious of, or else I would not have been able to say that it was not there. Consciousness is such a thing that it can become conscious of the absence of things. See? In fact, in our society, we find that your absence is noted more than your presence. Oh, shadi ka to. Dekh liya? You never came for my daughter's marriage. I noted it. Noted what? That you did not come. If you had gone to that, they would not have noticed. But the absence of things is also an object of consciousness. In deep sleep, absence of things you are conscious of. In all these three states, this Atman, the self, is constantly there. So where is consciousness? In the waking state, where is consciousness? In the deep sleep state of dream, where is the consciousness? In deep sleep state, where is the consciousness? The world is totally different, three different worlds. But the common denominator in all the three is you. My waking world, then my dream, and then I slept well. You were present in all the three. Hey, what is this constant thing? Aham ahamiti. This consciousness screams, I the waker, I the dreamer, I the deep sleeper. You, the consciousness, is never away from anytime, anywhere. Though your field of experiences may be different, the experiences themselves may be different. In the waking state, you are adored and respected and revered. In the dream, Kuta Thavar. The whole gang came and broke your head to toe. And in the deep sleep, you know nothing. The experiences were different. The worlds were different. People were different. Yet, it is all the three my. Why? I was present. In the waking state it was I, and then I who was the waker became I the dreamer, and I the dreamer and the waker became now I the sleeper. Aham ahamedi sakshad, that pure consciousness, sakshi rupe. He is not the waker, he is never the dreamer, he is never the deep sleeper. He is in all of them as a mere sakshi. Sun will illumine if there is a rebellion in this country, war in this country, the sun will illuminate. If there is peace and prosperity in the country, the sun will illuminate. The prosperity is not in the sunlight, the war is not in the sunlight. The sunlight is only Sakshimat. A mere witness, one who is looking from the porch or from the balcony of your house. You are seeing that the traffic on the roadside, accidents. You are only a sakshi. You are not involved in the accident, but you saw it. You experienced. Similarly, the light of consciousness is all the time with you. Narayana is always with you. In the waking, dream and deep sleep state of all people at all times. And yet, not realizing it, they say, where is God? Have you seen God? Have you experienced God? What else are you experiencing? If He were not there, we would have immediately, it's very expensive, we would have buried you. You are existing because of Him. It is not because of the constitution. It is not because of the politician that you are existing here. You are a voter and a ration card holder only because Narayana is in you. If He moves, think. And He is constantly with you. The waker eye, the dreamer eye, the deep sleeper eye. All of them are constantly being illumined by consciousness. But I, instead of knowing myself to be the pure consciousness, I get involved in the happenings of the waking, dream and deep sleep. And then I say that I was so miserable in the waking, and then I became the king in the dream, and in the deep sleep I had a peaceful, serene sleep. This is consciousness identified those experiences. How often have you all wept in the picture house, looking at black and white shadows moving? Why? The hero lost his only wife. That very same wife in the next picture also will come. You know it. Yet for the time being, you have forgotten everything, become identified. And you are going through the emotions and feelings of that man. And the wife died, and you cry. And your own wife who is sitting next to you will have to remind you, hey, like a guru, I am here, why are you weeping? Yes, my tragedy is still you are here. Identified with the happenings in the waking state, I become Mr. Waker, I, Mr. Dreamer, I, Mr. Deep Sleeper, I. This I, what is it? It's consciousness. Sakshad Paramatma. Sakshi Rupena is ever there. But you identify with it and you make yourself that aham, aham, I. There is no I, it is the pure consciousness.
Niyamita manasamum tvam Swamatmanam atmani Ayamahamiti sakshat Vidhi buddhi prasadat Jani marana taranga Apara samsara sindhum Pratara bhava kritarthaha Brahma rupena samsthaha.
Then how am I to get out of this? What you are saying seems to be very logical. We have nothing to talk about it. It is our own experience that you are analyzing. The fact is, I am the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, full stop. I remain. And I am suffering from the persecutions of, provided by waking world, dream world and deep sleep world. It is a fact. How am I to get out of it? I, the pure consciousness, all right, but got fallen into this. How am I to get out of it? Here is the prescription for those who want to get out of it. But Swamiji, I don't want to get out of it, After all, my wife is so young and my children are, what are talking, Swamiji? My responsibility continues. We are only talking to the mumukshus who have realized that this is not worth the candle. This game is not worth the candle. It is the niyamita manasamum. Your mind fully controlled. Controlled means from rajas and tamas. And thereby making it extremely sattvic. Niyamita manasamum tvam you swamatmanam atmani. You then try to realize this self in yourself, not there, God there. No doubt in the Upanishads rishis, in the early chapters, always point out to you that God, those who have the purified mind, they recognize the thumb, and those who have no purified mind, they look at the index finger and look up. You see? All the Upanishads, read any Upanishad in the world. My dear boy, turn towards God. It all depends upon the student. Then in study class, study group, you can discuss. Swamiji, did you see the thumb? No, I didn't see the thumb. Thumb was showing the heart. It is here now. So that it is to be experienced in yourself, by yourself. In the beginning stages, you keep him away. Mathura, Ayodhya, Ramji, Sita ke saath, Radha ke saath, Krishna. Because you are living in Radha, Sita, Krishna, Rama. So it's like you, they are also family people with a lot of problems. Oh, Lord Shiva, that teenage two boys there, Ganesh and Subramanya, what a quarrel they are going on. And the wife said, no, you are careless. Vishnu had to come and console them. Why? Then only you will understand, oh, there is a greater reality. And he is also poor man, the same trouble as mine. A sympathy. That is all in the early stages. When once the mind has been purified and becomes sattvic, this great reality, niyamita manasamum, and you can't get that habit unless you have purified the mind. If the mind is still having chewing gum in the mouth, one girl on the right side and a pillow on the other side, then you will not control the mind. The mind has become sattvic. Rajas and tamas have been removed. Such a quietened mind, tvam, you, your own. Turn your attention to the Atman, the self. Where? Atmani, in yourself. Sakshad vidhi buddhi prasadat. Come to realize it. Don't worry about this study. गुरु का नमस्कार किया, उनका पैर दबाया, उनको तो खिला दिया, भाई stop it. Come to experience it in yourself. All these are only to create sattvic attitude in your mind. Rajas and tamas are reduced. Therefore upasanas. But with that, once the mind has been purified, turn it. And don't get into the confusion. Oh, my mind is purified, I am now going for meditation. Some brahmacharis really go, suddenly run to a temple far away. Third day, hunger, come back. Hey, there is no harm, I am not laughing at him. Let him try. Like that, many times when you go and come back, you will be all right. So mind is to be purified. Or else in the crazy, when you go all alone to a quiet cave, you become crazy. You scream and run out without clothes. Why? Paramatma. Paramatma. You become fit for a psychiatrist. You have to first purify your mind. Then go to the quietude. When you can contemplate consistently. Atmani sakshad vidhi buddhi prasadad. Come to really experience it by yourself. Why? How? Buddhi prasadad. When the buddhi is clear. Meaning all tamas is moved. It has got all its discriminative power. The mind and intellect has become quiet. When tamas is gone, the projections of the mind is gone. Mind is quiet, the intellect is quiet. It is the most purified state. It's pure sattva. Does come to realize directly this ever-present pure consciousness in me. Buddhi prasadat. Jeni marana taranga para samsara sindhu. Ayya. Why should I do all these things? Silly. Millions of people are in the world and they don't do it, and I am doing this crazy thing. This guru is a dangerous guy. He is unnecessarily telling me to be unnatural. Everybody happily they live. Woman, wine, money, position, status. Maja karo, mar jao. Why are you asking me to realize, purify the mind? What? Think. What is the benefit of it? By this method, Jeni Marana, Jeni, Janmalena, means this is to be born, Marana, death, birth and death. If birth and death, when you say, don't think in terms of maternity ward and burial ground. No. Birth and death, a sequence of birth and death every moment is called a change. Death of the previous condition and the birth of a new condition is called a change. You change. Chidambaram changed. You, many of you, if your friends were to come here, ye kya ho gaya? Change completely. Change meaning the old method of rascality are all ended. And a slight touch of spirituality has come. That is what you call change. The child is changed when he became young. The young one is changed when he became middle-aged. Change. The rich becoming poor. And this constant change is called progress. The bud dies when the flower is born. Flower dies when the fruit is born. Fruit dies when the seeds come out. Seeds decay when the seedlings come. It's called progress. Every progress is constant change. This constant, 1991, 90 is over, 91 has come. 91 will go, 92 will come. 92 will die and 93 will come. It's called progress. Yesterday died, today is born. Breakfast died, lunch came. Lunch died, that is a condition now. The dinner will come. So, same. So, Jani Marana is the phraseology used by the science, subjective science in the Upanishads, but its significance is the evolutionary process that is going on. Jani Marana Taranga, the mighty waves of birth and death, and therefore you are tossed up and down every moment. The thought of this moment is not the next thought. The joy of this moment is not the sorrow of the next moment. Bumping, bumping, bumping. Taranga para samsara sindhum. Beyond these tossing, stormy waves of change that constitute this samsara, this world of plurality, this Einsteinian world of time and space. Far beyond that. This Sindhu, this is the ocean. Ocean means shoreless. You cannot, by your own effort, swim and reach the shore. You have fallen in the middle of it. Wherever you turn, it is the ocean. Just as an ant fallen in a bucket of water. By its own effort, it cannot reach the side. You and I will have to help you. Similarly, you are in this pluralistic world of time and space. So wherever you look, you are looking through the mind and intellect. Mind and intellect can perceive only the changing world of OET. How will you get out of it? Get out of this stormy sea of constant change by realizing in yourself, by yourself, through your purified mind and intellect. Pratara, bhavakritartho, pratara, go beyond, tara, to swim across, pratara, prakarshena, tar, go. Go beyond, bhavakritartho, bhava, you become kritartha. I have done all that is to be done. Total contentment and joy. In the world of plurality, never. When you have got A, you want B and C also to complete it. When B and C has come, ayo, if only I got D and E also. It goes on. But once you reach this higher state, beyond the changeless, the infinite, the eternal, the immutable, when you awake into this state of consciousness, kritartha, kritam, to be, what is to be done. Kritartha, I have done it. I have done what is to be done. Sense of complete fulfillment. Nothing more you want from the world outside. The world has become redundant. Kritartho Brahmarupena samstha, and remain thereafter as the Brahmarupa, the one infinite consciousness. And in that consciousness, which is your nature, is a world of plurality playing about. And this world of plurality, every one of you, is nothing but me in those forms. That I in your form is you, in her form is she. Because the consciousness is one and the same. Electricity is one and the same. On this bulb and that bulb. Or this equipment or that equipment. Electricity is one. Similarly, the Atman, the self, is one in different forms, different shapes. It is functioning. And their thoughts are different, their ideas are different, therefore their actions are different. So the good and the bad and the indifferent will always be in this world. Some ugly, some beautiful. But there is all of the BMI. The essence in it is one and the same. Realize that self and come to live the joyous life of fulfillment, total fulfillment, through purification of your mind and intellect. Purification means removing the tamas and the rajas, the non-apprehension and the misapprehensions. Quite enough. Through Shavana and Manana, and come to experience this great truth.
Atranatmanyahmiti matihi bandhayeshosya pumsaha prapto jnana janana marana klesha sampata hetuhu yenaivaayam vapuridhamasat satyamityatma buddhya pusyatyukshatyavati vishayaihi tantubhi koshakritvat.
Your autobiography. Atra therein, anatmanya atmamati. Anatman, the world of plurality, world of matter. In that, you and I have maintaining, and we are convinced, what? Atmamati. I am this. Full stop. You cannot tell anybody, you are not that. Then he'll say, Sahaji, something wrong with you. See? Darwin, no. Yes. Not Darwin. The psychologist, a psychiatrist. He came to the conclusion that all these spiritual experiences are a biological aberration. Man is a social being. This fellow has went to a monastery or in the jungle and remained all alone. Number two, sex is necessary. This fellow never indulged in sex, therefore he is upset. Three, balanced diet he never had. These three reasons, his mind is disturbed. That is why he saw light, knowledge. So, Atra in this anatman, in this not self, the objects of consciousness, Atmamatihi, you consider that I am that. And if you consider that your shadow is you, sorrow is natural, isn't it? You can't move anywhere. Brahmachari, carpets le aao, spread carpets. Dekho, I am being dragged in the road. Why? I am that. To give one slap on the face of that Guru and then do namaskar. Guru suddenly realized, thank you. I am this and not that. But cut up. This is all that you have to know. That this is me and that is my shadow. All these, you loved it, isn't it? To give me a slap. In the Anatman, which is not the self, you have assumed an idea and you are very strong in it because millions and trillions of years you have remained thus identified with the matter vestures around you. For it is necessary at that time for your evolution. Now that you have become a discriminating intellect, you have got Vivek, Vairagya, Shatsambhati, Mumukshatva. You must be able to discriminate and come to live the glory of your evolution as a human being. But even as a human being, you are living like an animal. Rubbing each other, pleasure, eat, grazing everywhere, wherever there is pakode. Cha pilo. This Ahmadi, the idea that I am, this Anatman, Bandha Esho Pumsha. This is your bandha, the bondage. When you say that I am bound, limited in my capacities and abilities, my personality is conditioned, I am crazy, mad, yes, all that what? You are that yourself. You are now identified that I am this. There you are. The trouble comes. Such patients generally come to the psychiatrist. A man who is Mr. John, and he is assuming that he is, who is it? Queen Elizabeth. He is very convinced about it. I am Napoleon Bonaparte. And he comes to the psychiatrist and says that, yes, Jones, what is the trouble? Yes, sir, what is your trouble? What is trouble? Nothing. Nothing with me, but with my wife. What is the trouble with you? She always says that she is Mrs. Jones. She refuses to accept that she is my wife. Mrs. Napoleon. But this fellow has accepted that I am Napoleon. And he is worried about the world. He is not recognizing you. You are identified. You, the Atman, the self, the divine, nothing but the supreme. You have identified with this little packet of flesh and bones. And then say that I am. And then you say, I'm suffering. You will. You are all pervading and you have pushed yourself into this physical body. Even if your body is very fat, there is no accommodation for the universal substratum. See? Even if your shoes is one number less. Have you seen such people walking along the road? Paid their money and got their shoes. And he goes and complains and the shopkeeper says, in 4 days, in 1 week's time, it will be all right. It has to get the shape of your leg. Suffers. People suffer. When it is only one number less. Your feet, you are pushing it into somebody's shoes, which you collected during satsang. And then you suffer. Think of that. This all-pervading infinite consciousness, I am banged it into, I am shoulder to shoulder. This is me. Naturally you suffer. The shoes is not eating you, but it gives you sorrow because it is a little smaller. Think of the amount of suffocation you must be suffering. You, the pure self, is identified, I am this body. Think, this is called your bandhan. Nobody binds you. God has not bound you. You yourself took it on yourself that let me get bound, and there you are bound. Now, prapto ajnanad. Why is it that you have reached this misconception? Ajnana, ignorance, non-apprehension of your reality. Ajnanad, prapto ajnanad, janana marana klesha sampada hetu. And this is the cause for all your sorrows of change. My friends have become enemies now. My wife doesn't want anymore me. Oh, my children have kicked me. Oh, all these changes. Where? Cause is you have identified this body. Therefore you say, my wife, my children, my money, and then my people. But they all gone away. Good riddance of bad rubbish. Where can they go? They are still in me, because I am the vitality in them all. No. Ajnanad janana marana klesha sampada hetu. All these sampada, all these glorious things that you have collected all through your life, the sorrows are all because of this ignorance, non-apprehension of your true nature. Yenaivayam, because of which, because of this bondage, this misconception, this non-apprehension of reality. Vapuridam asat, this vapus body, which is asat means non-existent. Non-existent in the sense, the body in the dream, you identify with the body and get burnt in the dream, and you scream in sorrow and wake up. When you wake up, your wife wants to know, what did you cry? You must have dreamt. Yes. What did you dream? No, you are ashamed to say that I got burned, 3rd degree burning. I wonder, you are dreaming. Let me allow me to sleep. You say, sleep also you don't allow me. You are ashamed to say what happened. That body, I identified with that dream body, and the dream body's sorrows became my sorrows, and I screamed. The moment I woke up, I realized, what? I am this body. Thank God, that is not necessary. I am not burnt at all. I was on the point of telling my wife, instead of asking questions, go and bring the Bernal to put my... Suddenly I realized Bernal is not necessary because this body is not burnt. So long as you are identified with the BMI, Janana Marana Klesh, these sorrows of change that is taking place, whatever you may say, I can't forget. What? That died, this died, or that gone, this money gone. Sampada hetu. Yenaivayam, because of this misconception, this sense of bondage, vapuridam asat, this body which has no existence at all, in fact, on the higher state, it is not there. Satyametya atma buddhya, and you consider atma buddhi, your own buddhi, your intellectual conviction. What? That this body alone is real. This is me. Beyond that there is nothing. Atma buddhya pushyati. Then what do you do from morning till evening? All your fighting and efforts are to fatten this. Pushyati. Pushyati. Give it bath. Give it bath means powdering it. Why? This is me. and makes it happy. By what? Vishayaihi. By various sense objects. One cushion there, one cushion there. Why? Fragrance. Because this bundle is dirty, filthy, smelling. From outside, some powder, some perfume. And you can't walk more than 10 yards or 10 feet away from the nearest mirror. Fattening the body, giving it bath means, looking after it 24 hours. There is no time. Kya kare Swamiji? Today time ही नहीं है. Why? Look after this fellow. Hi. And cater to all his demands with various vishayas. Whether you want it or not. Ah, beautiful! Purchase it. Keep it in the room. Then you worry, whom can I give it so that let it get rid of it? It goes on. Vishayaihi tandubhi. And these vishayas around you, you run after the sense objects and pressure you, just as tandubhi. Just as by threads. Koshakrit. Koshakrit. One who has got koshakrit, who has swindled. The silkworm. The silkworm gets its thread from itself, its own saliva. Then the thread, it covers around it. Why? For security. Others may not disturb me and go on. Who created it? Himself. From where? From himself. And then got it. And security until it lasts. Suddenly it realizes, I built the house but no door. It cannot get out. When the silkworm farmer sees that the cocoon has become big enough, he collects them all. And the poor worm is inside it. And by the time he reaches home collecting it, his wife has already put a big jar vessel of water and it is boiling. And into that boiling water, it's poured. Every worm gets cooked. It cannot escape. Why? Its own tandu, its own thread has made him muddle. You and I, have we not got? Is not that drunkard, cannot come out of it because of it. Drinking habit. Who created? How created? You yourself, from yourself created, isn't it? Huh? In the same way, everything. I cannot live without roti, without rice, without who created? Thus every one of our personality is conditioned by our own thoughts. Thought by thought we create. I am in love with that girl. Swamiji, life is such. भगवान का कोई कृपा नहीं है. Why? He is not helping me. What? How did you get into this? When you came from your mother's womb, was the girl there? No, afterwards she was born. Very good. There are people who say that, no Swamiji, even before I came, she was here. I mean, that is a double tragedy. And she came afterwards. Then why are you? You lived without her all. That is right. But now that I saw her in the temple, and thereafter what happened? You went home and Tandu. She is very nice, very nice. If I only got it, if I don't get it, your own thoughts is your own disaster. Unintelligent thoughts. Koshakritvat. Just as Koshakrit, just as the silkworm, the cocoon, it swings or brings out the thread from himself and swings it round and round until at last it cannot get out. It becomes curtailed in all its freedom. All because of this misconception that I am the body. In fact, this is a world of matter. You are the spirit, but misunderstanding that I am the matter, you became mere matter and shares the sorrows of world of matter.